Mary Heller, Executive Director of University College, and today I'm talking with Frederica Joyner, Associate Professor of Business Administration and Organization Behavior. Frederica, can you tell us a little bit today about the Business Administration program here at IU East?
The Business Administration program is a general management program, which means that it really helps students understand the whole kind of continuum of business. So within the program, they start with understanding things like what a business is, how it works, what the major parts of a business are. And then as they go on in the program, they have an opportunity to kind of dive into each of the main areas of business. And in business, there are kind of core areas and then there's support areas. And in business administration, we cover all of those. So in the core areas, we have things like strategy, finance, operations, and production, and marketing. So how do you decide what you're going to produce? How do you finance it? How do you produce it? And how do you market it? And then in the support areas, we have things like human resources. How do you get the right people? How do you know who you need, what skills you need? How do you develop them? How do you pay them? We also have accounting. How do you keep track of how your business is doing? And things like leadership. And those kinds of things fall into the support area. So in a general business degree, you kind of get an overview of all of those things. You don't necessarily dive deeply into any one of them, but you kind of see how they all work together.
Okay, great. So what types of practical experience or outside of classroom experiences can a student get while they're at IU East?
Well, the greatest thing, which I really encourage all students to do, is to do an internship. For a bunch of different reasons. Internships help you to even decide if that's what you want to do. A lot of my students, when they do an internship, they'll come back from it and they'll say, I thought I wanted to go into HR, human resources, or accounting or whatever, and now I know I really want to do this other thing. But internships also help you build connections, they help you build networks, and I think for a lot of students, the internship is the path to kind of getting their first job. So internships, super important. Other kinds of things that we have is we have lots of opportunities for service learning kinds of things. I have a student this semester in my organization behavior class who is doing a service learning project in the honors program where she's taking what we're learning about diversity in organizations and going to the Boys and Girls Club and translating that to for kids, which is really great. You can also do different kinds of consulting projects. I have a student, a senior, who's doing a consulting project for a company in town, and I'm supervising that, and we're writing a case about it together. So there are those kinds of opportunities as well. There are also things like SIFE. It's a club for students that are interested in developing entrepreneurial skills. And there are also things like business plan competitions where students can work together on developing a business plan and have a panel of people review it and give them feedback on it.
Great, that's exciting. Yeah. Great. What types of jobs then do our students get with a business administration degree?
Well, one of the things that's really great about business administration is it prepares you for a lot of different kinds of jobs. Some of the students go into things like banking. Some students will find that they really love the flow and the energy of the manufacturing environment, so they might go into manufacturing management. Other students may really like retail and service environments, so they go into those kinds of jobs. We have a lot of students that also seek out jobs in the not-for-profit sector, especially if there's some different causes or issues they're passionate about. They can apply their business skills there. And we have a fair amount of students now that either want to start their own business or they have a family business that they're preparing themselves to go into. And the business degree is flexible enough so that any of those kinds of things are possible.
Great. So I imagine that not everybody's good in the business fields. What types of skills or personalities are best suited for a student in business?
Well, I was thinking about that question, and really, I think one of the things that's great about business is that there's so many different ways that you can do it. So for example, sometimes we'll have a student that really is very quantitative. They like doing analysis. They don't really like working with people. There are plenty of ways that you can do that. You might be You might do market research, so you're really just crunching numbers all day. You might be a certain kind of accountant where you're really just doing the behind-the-scenes report generation. But we have other students that really enjoy interacting with people. For them, they might do the kind of market research where you're out talking to people all day and doing focus groups and interviews and product presentations and all the kinds of market research that take you out into the world. Or we might have an accountant that wants to be part of a team that works on a more comprehensive kind of project. We also have some students who are very interested in staying in this region. There are plenty of opportunities for that. We also have students that want to develop more global careers, and there's so many businesses now where you can work globally, and that's an opportunity too. So really, I think no matter what kind of job you want or what kind of ways you want to use your skills, business gives you an opportunity to do that. It also helps prepare you. A business administration degree for other kinds of things. Like a lot of our students might want to go into graduate school. They might want to either go into a business program. We have students that go on to law school. I just wrote a recommendation for a student a couple weeks ago who's going on to law school. And then we have some students that want to specialize in some area of business, like they might want to go on and become a CPA, a certified public accountant. And so the business degree is the sort of the starting point for lots of those kinds of paths too.
Great. Well, sounds like a really great, diverse program. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, and hopefully students will want to know more.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.